How many atoms are contained in 0,125 moles of zinc atoms? Remember that a mole is an amount of substance which contains this number particles. And if we're speaking about a mole of atoms, we mean 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. Remember that in the unit factor method, we rely on the fact that anything can be multiplied by 1. This becomes useful when we also remember that two equivalent values divided by one another equals 1. This is most useful when we use two values that aren't so obviously equal to one another, like here. 1 mole of atoms is the same thing as 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms, because that's what a mole of atoms means. So if you divide 1 mole atoms by 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms, the answer must equal 1, since 1 mole atoms is 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 atoms. What is our question? How many atoms are contained in 0,125 moles zinc atoms? What do we already know that can help us with this? Well, we know that 1 mole is the same as 6,02 times 10 to the power 23. And 1 mole of zinc atoms is equal to 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 zinc atoms. Let's write our question in an equation form. How many atoms can be written as question mark, how many atoms, to be exact, how many zinc atoms, so question mark zinc atoms, how many zinc atoms are contained in, we can write as, is the same as, equals 0,125 moles of zinc. Now that we have our question in a mathematical form, we can start to try to find an answer to it. To find an answer, we can multiply it by 1. That's legal. You can multiply anything by 1. But it's not helpful unless we remember that that's the same thing as multiplying it by a fraction where the numerator and denominator are equivalent to one another. This will only, though, be useful if the numerator and denominator's units are such that they cancel out the given information and introduce the required information. But now we need to ask ourselves, how many zinc atoms is equivalent to how many moles zinc? You answer this question yourself before allowing the video to proceed. I hope you realized that 6,02 times 10 to the power 23 zinc atoms is equivalent to 1 mole of zinc, because that's the definition of what 1 mole means. And then we can find the answer. Do this with your own calculator before I reveal the answer. Pause the video. That should be the answer you got. 7,53 times 10 to the power 22 zinc atoms.